going.
I just hit
I didn't hear
play.
the music or anything.
It's playing right. It's playing right now. What do you want me to do? As soon as I turn on the,
you normally can hear it.
if I turn off the microphones, then you stop talking.
The headphones.
Oh, well, you got to put your headphones on. It's the Positively Petland show. Stop arguing with me. This is my show. This is your show. Sunday mornings, 9 o'clock, Positively Petland show.
Welcome to the show.
There we go. And we are
live. Are we live yet?
We are ready to go. Woo! It's Sunday morning. And what is the breed of the week this week, Ron?
It is the Papillon. We're going to stump Jerry in two different ways this week. We are going to ask him, where does the Papillon originate from? And then we are going to ask, what does the word Papillon mean in its native language?
Okay, so you just gave it away. So now I know that it's not an English-speaking country, right?
Oh, true.
So I picked. It was very subtle of you, but I was assuming.
Very true. I gave you a hint.
You gave me a hint.
But that's not a big hint. In fact, it was kind of a lame hint.
It narrows it down. I pick up on everything that is subtle. And so we're going to be talking about the Papillon. Also, you have some great products.
Yes, we're going to talk about grooming. So getting your children engaged in grooming is a wonderful thing to do. Then we're going to talk about getting the right stuff. There is new products always coming out, and I've got some of the best out there that you will want to, like, oh, I got to get that one because that's going to solve my stinky problem, my silky smooth problem, the appearance issues and all that kind of stuff. So we're going to talk about shampoos, conditioners, waterless shampoos, and then even those colognes, also known as colognes. And so we're going to go through the best of the best. If we have time, we're even going to get into brushing and just the magic brushes that they got out there these days and how to use them on your dog to get them easily.
How does waterless baths work?
You know, I always get a kick out of that because here you are using waterless baths and stuff like that, and they have claims that
it's almost like an oxymoron.
Well, they encapsulate things and it falls off or something like that. But when you're using them, it's usually a liquid-based product. So technically, somebody wants to talk with me. Here, hold on.
Radio at its finest. Radio 101, turn phone off. That's the first time my phone has vibrated before, but never gone off. Are you okay, Ron? It kind of shocked you and scared you a little bit.
Yes. Well, here, let me get that call. No.
So anyway, on the show today,
it was turned off earlier, but then I turned it on because I think I needed. I took a call, I needed to take a call.
That's okay.
Things all the way up until the studio, and I apologize.
It's your show, man. I don't care. All I got to do is
you're lying.
I turn on the microphone, and then I hit the amazing pet story of the week sounder, the Positively Petland sounder, and then the show is over with. Everything else that happens in the middle, I'm just along for the ride, man.
Along for the ride. All right, where are we at in this show?
We were talking about bathless or waterless baths.
I think that's Like
and you brought up that they're liquid based, and so what's the base of liquid? Well,
usually water.
Not usually, but it doesn't have to be. It could be oil, or it could be something other than oil or water.
Yeah, I don't know, like pure alcohol.
That would be bad that could dry things out.
No, products that have alcohol in them quite a bit because alcohol will solubilize whatever is trying to be delivered, and then it quickly evaporate. And so a lot of things like probably deodorants, something like that. I don't know that it is, but
sure,
that might be the case.
Nail polish remover.
Well, definitely, but that's the reverse thing happening. It's solubilizing then the nail polish and taking it off.
How many of our listeners have friends that are engineers that when you get into conversations like this, when you start geeking out like that, my head just starts spinning and I'm going.
You know what's funny is in my brain, you are very interested in it, and so I should continue to talk about it.
And in my brain,
that's what the sciencey engineer kind of people will think, and I still do. Like, oh yeah, they want to know this.
And in my brain, I'm just asking another question to fill out the first segment.
Can you get through this? Sorry.
It is the Positively Petland show. You stop talking. I'm going to talk about
your section.
Amazing pet story
over you right now.
of the week. That's okay. Things like that happen.
It's time for the amazing pet story of the week.
Amazing.
He does it so well, though. Every single time he does it so well.
On cue. He's a little man that I keep in a box, bring him out, turn on his microphone, feed him some chips every once in a while, and he's always happy to do that for us. But this is called the right dog for the job. And we've had similar stories, but this one rung to me because I know how powerful and how debilitating diabetes can be. There was a diabetic for 25 years. Gillette faithfully took his insulin 4 times a day and generally had no problems. But earlier this year, about 3 a.m., he got out of bed to go to the bathroom, and lo and behold, he must have taken the wrong dose of insulin, and his blood sugar was dangerously low. He says suddenly he slumped to the floor, landed awkwardly between the commode and the scale. And his wife's, or he goes on to say, normally Oscar gives his little woofs. He's quiet. He's well behaved, says Gillette. But when I hit the floor, he sounded like a wild beast. I didn't know what the sound was that the dog was giving, says his wife, who awoke to the howling. She went in and was able to call the ambulance because the dog noticed that something was wrong. And dogs are very much in tune. Thank you. Dogs are very much in tune with their owners. And so when something like that happens, it is one of those things where they can sense when something isn't right. And the dog knew enough to go, hey, Mom, wake up. Dad's
not doing well.
Not doing well. I mean, obviously the dog didn't know it was a diabetic episode. But anyway, that's your amazing pet story for the week. And I would say that is the right dog for the job. Who is this that you just gave me? Is this a Pomeranian?
That is the Papillon.
Papillon, sorry.
And then this one is the Papillon mixed with the Pomeranian, and our guests have no idea what this is all about. So I have a brown and white Papillon.
They look the same, but very distinctly different. That has a shorter snout on it.
So
I didn't say that you looked like the dog.
Very cute. Yeah, what's interesting about puppies is, so you know what a pug is?
Yeah.
Most puppies look like pugs. Their noses are in when they're born. And then as they grow, and this is like birth born kind of a thing. And then as they grow in those first weeks and months, their nose elongates and comes out.
I was going to say the one that I have has a little bit more of a pointed nose.
Yes, and the Papillon's going to have probably a little bit more of a nose than the Pomeranian. Some Pomeranians have very tiny noses, but it's also tougher on a Pomeranian because if their coat is really puffed out like they tend to be, well, it kind of like encapsulates their nose, so it just.
But it's got the cutest little eyes. Look at him looking. He has cuter eyes.
He's shaking now.
I like that one better than this one
because
I like the shorter.
Tell me why.
I like the shorter snout, and his eyes seem a little bit more, I don't know, cute. And there's nothing wrong with this one. It kind of looks like Gizmo. But yeah, there's something about his eyes that are just a little bit more in tune with me.
Yeah, this one he's
my personal taste. Right, there's nothing wrong. It's an open-ended question.
I know. I was gonna point out why people like different dogs and stuff like that. So there's a visual thing. Just knowing a little bit of background on both these puppies because I've been playing with them all morning long. This one is funny on TV. This one that I have, so the mix of the Pomeranian with the Papillon, is got a much brighter personality right now than the Papillon, the purebred Papillon. The purebred Papillon tends to have this one specifically is a little nervous.
He's snuggling on me though.
Yes,
he is a
show
lover.
That Papillon just a tiny little bit of love, and that one, or like we have 2 girls, she will shine right up.
She is like burrowing into my hand right now. And yeah, you can sense when they're loving up to you because when they're comfortable enough to be able to put their chin on your hand the way that she is right now, you can just tell that there's a comfortableness and a settled, but she's just kind of chill.
She's just saying, hey, I'm dependent on you. I love you.
Don't drop me, please. I'm scared of heights.
I don't think that one has any
concept of heights at all.
Well, yeah, typically puppies don't understand heights. They'll just leap, kind of a thing off of a ledge and not realize what the consequence is going to be. So the one that I have, the mix, is got a brighter. But what's funny also with this one is this one gets more nervous when it goes on air. So this morning on TV, it started shaking. And I was like, okay, this whole morning you have been all bright and happy and I want to play. And it does that whole, it crouches down and then it charges you. And then it like tackles my leg
Yeah.
and then bounces off kind of thing. And then it goes and does it again. This one was showing all those. Camera goes on, microphone goes on. It gets all
Clams up.
gets all shaky.
So you're telling me that the dog doesn't understand the concept of heights, but understands a red light on a camera going on. Okay, Ron, that's a great analysis there.
Yeah, you're really into the psychology. I get it. So that's puppy talk, right? This little one's like, okay. So, but what I like to hear from you, and that's what everybody can relate with, is it goes beyond looks. And there's certain.
I don't like ugly dogs, though. That's a little bit shallow of me.
No, but that's so ugly versus cute or beautiful. That's a perception thing. That's all within your own brain kind of thing. Because what you think is cute, somebody else thinks is ugly. So
I agree with you 100%.
What you call it relative. It's a relative thing.
Right.
I think there's more that people can pick up from person to person, and then and I think, why do we love dogs so much? We can pick it up from dogs as well.
And both of these are extremely cute, by the way. I'm just saying that there's something about that one, just looking at it, that I don't know, it just appeals to me.
Yeah,
it's just my personal taste.
I think I'm with you on that too. I do like this coloring.
Yeah, maybe that's it. This one, the hair is a little bit more stiff, I guess. It's like a chip brush.
Should be both pretty smooth.
I guess they are. I don't know.
Here, go do one of these things. That should be pretty smooth.
Oh no, it is. You're right. It was sticking up in one spot. There,
that's because you were picking at it.
Yeah, they were. You're soft. You're cute.
Yes.
So we're talking about these two breeds. We have also products coming up. It's the Positively Petland show.
Are we ready to have a break
on 800 KXIC? No, I just wanted to kind of tease what's coming up in segment 2.
Am I supposed to talk now?
Yeah.
This is when you stop talking.
Yeah, I just wanted to mention what we're doing here, and not just two random people talking into microphones holding dogs.
So are we getting ready for a break right now?
A couple minutes.
Okay, so we're going to talk about the Papillon, and is that we like to answer the question, is this the right breed from you? We go straight to AKC and say, AKC, what do you tell us about the Papillon? Then we'll go into a little bit of personal experience kind of a thing, and help you get an idea, is that the right breed for you? So many people, 70% of the people that walk in our store to get a puppy walk out with a different breed, and it's because they didn't know, or they learned more, or whatever it was, and they found a better match. So we're going to talk about the Papillon. Is that the right breed for your family? Then we're going to get into grooming, specifically the shampoos and the conditioners, keeping them clean and all that kind of stuff. And I want to dribble in the whole way, get your kids involved in this, because this is a great way for them to learn about life, that you got to take care of life and all that kind of stuff. So,
now I put her down on the ground so I can run the board and hit the sounder so we can end segment 1. And all of a sudden she went crazy, and now she's perking up and she's running around the studio and sniffing my shoes. And so, yeah.
But she's hanging by your feet. That's another trait that they do right at the beginning, is they hang right at your feet.
I'm down with that.
They're just like going, I want to get back up. Kind of like a child, I guess.
Pick me back up. I will in a second after this break. Segment 2 on the way. It's the Positively Petland show on Iowa City's News and Sports Station 800 KXIC. Good morning. It is the Positively Petland show on 800 KXIC. I'm Jerry Lawler. We are joined by Ron Solsrud from Iowa City, co-owner of Iowa City Petland. And we have the breeds of the week in, talking about the Papillons, and what is the other one? I always get these two mixed up.
The one I have is a Papillon mixed with a Pomeranian. And it's a 2P thing, kind of. You have to think through it.
You do. That's why we cough off the microphone, Ron. Radio 101. Your phone has gone off. You're coughing into the microphone. We are true professionals.
All right, sassy pants. Where does the Papillon, and I'm going to put this in not just a specific country, but a region. You can just give me the region.
I would go South Asia.
Europe. Okay, so the next thing is, what does
I had a 50-50 chance.
kind of. No, there's more than that.
Wait a second.
There's
You said it was from a non-English speaking country.
Oh, does
oh yeah, I guess. I'm sorry.
English, Germany, Italy, Australia. No, not Australia.
I just blew up my own brain. I thought you said England, but no, you said Europe. Sorry, I'm following along.
Oh, okay. All right.
Here we go. So do I have to come up with the country now?
No, now you have to come up with, what does Papillon stand for? Mean in its native language.
Strength and towering character.
You are going in a good direction with that, which you astoundingly do, but you're not hitting it.
Strong.
So it is what
protector.
What do you think Papillon? What language does that come from? Maybe I just have been around it too long, so I don't remember not knowing.
If there's anybody,
Papillon. What's the movie?
I don't know.
I think the movie.
Italy.
Getting closer. France. Okay. So.
Italy's not near.
Yes, it is.
It's relatively close, but it's.
I don't know that it land connects.
That's what I was going.
Maybe yeah. There's two countries I think that.
Yeah, it's like Texas and Georgia.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Okay, so Papillon means butterfly, and the reason is because of the ears of an adult Papillon.
Strength and towering. Is
towering, a butterfly wing is what I was envisioning.
Wow.
I was giving you credit.
That was
being the teacher.
That was a stretch.
So look at the ears on that.
Yeah, I see it.
I
see it.
Crazy.
Those are butterfly ears. Holy cow. Yeah. Is that natural?
Yeah. Yeah, this guy definitely is going to have those kind of ears. They're going to just continue to go.
Jerry gets half credit for that answer.
Maybe
that's how I made it through college.
A 16th credit.
There was a what do you call it? Everybody took pity on me because they were like, okay, just get him out of school. He'll get half credit. It'll be okay.
Give him half credit. Just get him through. On to the next.
Towering in strength. Butterfly. Oh, okay, whatever.
All right, so let's learn a little bit about the history of the Papillon. Like what we said, Papillon means butterfly in French, although several countries lay claim to being the birthplace of these delicate toy dogs with unique wing-like ears. So it does come from the European area. They just don't have it tied down. Dogs resembling the modern-day Papillon, once known as the Continental Toy Spaniel, graced the canvases of the old masters of Western Europe, including Rubens and Titans. Marie Antoinette is said to have given the breed its name, calling hers Petite Papillon, or Little Butterfly.
There you have it.
That was kind of cute. I like that reference there. Okay, so form and function of this Papillon. A Papillon is a big dog in a little package. So it's not a big dog. It is a little dog. And is the do-it-all toy dog. The hallmark of the breed is its big, beautiful butterfly ears. When they really bloom, they are obnoxiously big. For the size of the dog and everything. The ears are large and round and should be well fringed. The dog-eared Papillon is called the drop-eared Papillon. So these Papillon's ears should stick up.
Why do they call it that?
What?
Drop-eared.
Well, let's go on. The drop-eared Papillon is called the Félin, moth in French, and was the original variety of the breed. So what's interesting is we always like, for certain breeds, we judge it. Oh, the ears are down on this one. Know that those are things that they've bred up, but there's always those little genes that sit in the background and pop out every once in a while. So a Papillon, most of their ears should pop up. Just because your Papillon's ears might be down right now, still look at it as a purebred
His ears
Papillon.
are coming up.
Yeah, this one is. This one is a mix, so it doesn't have perky ears. Yours are loud and proud over there. They are sticking right out.
Same color, and if you remember Gizmo from what was the movie? Come on, the little Magwai.
Gremlins?
Gremlins, thank you. My gosh, if I didn't get that one. He kind of looks like that.
There it is.
That movie drives you nuts?
Yeah, but I would say, well, yeah, in its passive way. Yeah, the gremlin, because there's another dog. The Shranians sometimes look like that.
I'm not saying this one looks like a gremlin. I'm saying it looks like Gizmo, the little.
I thought Gizmo was a little like beefier around the face, like
he is.
fluffier.
I'm
This
saying
one's
the
a
same
little
color in
skinnier.
the ears,
except skinnier.
Except skinnier. There you go.
There we go.
It's a skinny Gizmo.
All right. The Papillon coat is silky and must be white with patches of color, as is the puppy in your arms. Papillons are small, measuring between 8 and 11 inches at the withers, and usually weighing 5 to 8 pounds. So this is a smaller breed in the bigger picture. So if you're looking for a dog that will get all the energy it needs to get out in an apartment, condo, house, whatever, and you don't I don't know if I'm going to be able to get out with them every day, Papillon is one of those great breeds for that. Papillons are companion animals who love to play and just be dogs. Given a chance, a Papillon would be much rather, running around the house chasing a ball than sitting quietly. Not hyper as a dog. Papillons are outgoing with fun-loving personalities. They are very intelligent and easily trained. And, of course, it helps that they like to please and be with those that love them. The temperament of a Papillon should be happy, alert, and friendly. Papillons have a zest for life and want to share that with their owners. They are perpetual puppies and very adaptable dogs, which makes adopting an adult a good option. So that is, here, one more sentence. Let's go. Ow, I'm getting a little teething bite right there. I'm sorry. Papillons are not the right dogs for everyone, but for the right owners, they make wonderful companions who will add joy to the home for many, many years. The breed is generally healthy and long-lived. So that is the Papillon in a nutshell. So Papillons, what they didn't get into, they are what is interesting, this was in the Spaniel family, it sounds like at one point, long ago. It is a shedding dog. And so is the Pomeranian Papillon that I'm holding. They both are shedding dogs, so they are going to leave little hairs around the house. Now, unlike, though, a large dog, there is a lot more hair on a large dog, so you're not going to get anywhere near the amount of shed that you would on a large dog. So some people would say, you know what? I don't even mind it. Half the population out there could care less if their dog shed. I think you're actually one of them, Jerry. You don't really care.
Not so much. I don't like it all over the place, but
yeah, but you're not gonna pick a breed solely on shedding. There's a lot of people out there that would solely pick it on that
Sure.
criteria right there. So these do shed. So those people would probably say, well, it's probably not right for me. I'd rather get a non-shedding small breed.
Yep.
But when you see these, they will melt your heart and go, okay, I got to reconsider. Let me see that little one, kind of a thing. And this one easily would tempt you over and say, okay, I'll deal with that. If I was concerned about shedding and I had any breed, I would then talk with my groomer about that. And in these guys, what I would do is, about every 5 months, take it to the groomer and then actually have them cut it down so that you will reduce the amount of shed that you'll see in your house. And that would be true with any shedding pet.
That was one thing I liked about our Dane. We never had to get our hair cut at all.
Right. Which makes it less maintenance. It's a lower maintenance dog. That's a huge dog. But if it had long hair, oh my goodness, that would be a much more maintenance. Where
we had a sheepdog for just a short time until he ate my dad's wingtip shoes. And we didn't have him much more than probably
found another home.
Yeah, he did. It was kind of amazing. We had a friend who wanted a sheepdog always, and we said, "Here you go."
That's how we got our first dog, our little Callie, our dachshund. The first owner, after a year and a half, said, "We have decided we are not good trainers of dogs. we poorly trained the potty training.
This
and
is now your problem child."
Yes, no, she turned into be the angel of our house. Susie is the trouble child of the house. This one mentions, and I don't have personal experience with training a Papillon long term. This one's saying that it's rated high on the SMART scale, which means, yes, easily trained, but also then smarter dogs will then challenge things just like a child would. So the child, you're teaching them this or that, And then the child will go, but wait, if I do it over here, is it still the same rule? They're always going to challenge it. That's where a smarter dog that's easily trained will also be the one that says, wait, I know that, pooping over here and peeing over here, you don't want me to do that. I get it. I'm not going to do that anymore. But what about in that other room? Is the other room really here? Let me go try. Okay. So smarter dogs will do that. Good news, they'll figure it out throughout the entire house fairly quickly and then generalize and then go, okay, I get it. You want me to go outside, especially when you give me the treat while I'm doing it.
While the dog is going poop and pee outside. That's when
how many minutes?
Immediately.
No, the bigger question. How long did it take us to say poop or pee on the air today? I think it was rather long.
It was 23 minutes.
Yeah, into the show. Wow. We got to get on our game. So in what Jerry was referring to, you do not delay that treat. You have to give it to them while they're doing it because they think whenever you give them a treat, they're thinking whatever they did is why they got the treat. So if you do it while they're coming in the door, they think coming in the door. But that's a good way of getting your dog. Does your dog run away? Give them a treat when they come in the door, because then they'll want to come in the door instead of run away.
I just started doing something instinctively that I used to do to Greta, and I forgot that I used to do this to her. Used to drive her bonkers. You stick your finger in the ear, and part of it feels really good until you start to get on the inside where the really fine hairs are. And she would sit there and just let me do it until she couldn't handle the tickle anymore. And then she would just shake her head and be like, knock it off.
Was this one doing it? Was it shaking the head?
Yep. It's like, no,
now it's like,
that sort of feels good. Oh, I kind of like it right. Oh, no, that's just, that's kind of itchy and twitchy. And I was doing it to this one. And I used to tease Greta. My God, I used to tease her all the time with that. Just going up and doing something that annoys her because it feels good right until it gets...
little kid, it comes out of you.
I know. And it's funny because she used to have big droopy ears. I mean, you know what a Dane looks like. She had the big droopy ears. And so you would come up behind her when she was laying on the couch or the floor or wherever, looking out the window. And I would just stick my finger right underneath the back little flap of her ear.
Yeah.
And I would start tickling her, and she would kind of go, oh my gosh, that feels good. Knock it off, Jerry.
Everybody just shook their head. All right, let's get into the grooming aspect of things. Did I do that on air? I'm sorry. All right. So we're going to talk about the top of the line things. There are a lot of shampoos that are great out there. Realize when you buy a cheaper shampoo, it's just like human shampoo. They usually are diluted, and that's how they make them cheaper and stuff.
With water.
With aqueous solutions. And so what I've got here, this one's not showing a concentration on it, but BioGroom as a manufacturer tends to have more concentrated, so you use less of it in order to get the foam going and everything. This one, I just am still enamored. They've had this out for a couple years. At BioGroom, Indulge, sulfate-free argan oil, ladies. That's what I'm talking about, shampoo. This is a product. I love the way I was introduced to the product, and it was at a trade show for pet supplies and stuff like that. And Wendy and I were walking by, and we know the BioGroom rep very well. And he goes, Ron, he goes, do you have our argan oil based product in your store yet? And I went, like Jerry would be doing, no, and I don't need another shampoo, thank you. And then I kept on going. He goes, wait. He goes, come here. So I come walking over there, and he goes, then he faces back out to the crowd that's walking by his booth. And he goes, ladies, how many of you use argan oil type shampoos? It's like they all flooded into his booth at that point. And I went, oh, I get it. They know it. I don't. Then I used it when we got it home. It is crazy, silky smooth. It's just a really interesting little additive that they put in there, the argan oil.
You used to work trade shows, right?
As an engineer, geeky guy, yeah, a little bit, not a lot.
Because you were trained on how to...
Yeah, a psychologist actually trained us.
Right. And I found that fascinating because even though I've been in radio for 15 out of 20 years, I don't think I would be a good trade show person. There's just something about it that I don't know.
All it is that you just need to get people engaged in a conversation. That's really it.
And in that setting, I'm not sure that I would be strong enough to do it. But I was at the state fair last Sunday.
Oh.
And and we're walking through the Varied Industries building where all the where all the vendors and the booths are set up. You do kind of walk through and you see that one guy who does not want to be there at all.
You walk straight by that
and
booth.
He doesn't care.
Nope. And he didn't do well that
And
day.
I was thinking about you that day going, boy, it does take a special person to be able to do that, or the cooking supplies with the microphones and that you see. It does take a special person. But I looked at that guy going, he does not want to be here, and I do not want to buy your siding that you're selling, sir.
No. I think the primary thing is you better believe and be passionate about your product, and that I don't think you need much training after that, because you want to talk with people about it. And that's how I feel about this one here, the shampoo that we're talking about. BioGroom, Indulge, sulfate-free, argan oil shampoo. I think this is a wonderful shampoo. It's one of those things I look forward to using it because it has such great results. So that's the shampoo. We got a lot more to cover.
Really quick, while you're finding the other product, the other reason I don't think I'd be good at a trade show is I've seen too many prize pigs come through over the years that try to all they want is something free. They want a koozie, or they want a bumper sticker, or they want free tickets to a concert, and that can kind of wear you out from time to time. But anyway, just a side thought while you were pulling the next product up.
I'm with you, and I think if you have gone to enough trade shows, you get worn out. You get worn out on that.
Yeah.
There was one year where it must have been like a good financial year for everybody. We got back to the hotel and we had a mountain of freebies. You can't take it all with you on a plane.
It's true.
And we literally had a hill in our hotel room, and we had to leave it. We walked out and we said we hope that the hotel staff finds it useful, kind of a thing. So I think they then gather that all up, put it in a room, and after a week they then can go through it.
Little sidebar of a conversation.
Yes.
And the only reason is that I had a good time at the state fair, so I was thinking about it.
So BioGroom then has, so now ladies, again, all hair conditioners are not created equal.
Why did you say ladies?
Because ladies get this. Do you use a hair conditioner, Jerry?
I do not.
I actually do.
Well,
and
congratulations.
I have shorter hair than you do. I have next to zero hair, but I just like the hair conditioner because my it makes it I don't get itchy
blue for the boy dogs and pink for the
no.
That looks like that silk product, the pink one right there.
Boy and girl shampoos.
That's where I thought you were going.
Yeah, no, I'm not going there. Gotcha. No, ladies, hair conditioners are not all created equal.
Why did you say ladies? You see, I know I'm throwing you off. Why?
I'm banging the product on the
I know, but why are you singling out ladies?
If because they get it. And so, so
you're saying that, wait a second. You're saying the guys don't get it?
Let me rephrase.
Thank you.
Okay, ladies, and some men that use hair conditioners, not all, can you just let me go? Conditioners are created equal, because some conditioners, you got to use so much of it in there. On this one, it's BioGroom Silk Cream Rinse. This one, Jerry is going crazy. Oh no, Beth is in the studio and crazy things happen when Beth comes in. But BioGroom Silk is one of those really, really good conditioners made for a dog in this case. And so it makes them even silkier, lets you comb through and reduce the tangles and all that kind of stuff. Wow, are you going to do that with every product I bring out?
No, but I did not like the way that you were pigeonholing the understanding of some of these products.
You wanted it to be across the board.
I wanted it to be very inclusive, and I saw the pink, and sorry.
Okay, so now you narrowed that one down.
You're absolutely right, I did. But
okay,
it also,
so moving on.
The dog on the front also has a little boa thing in it, what looks like a girl thing in its hair.
Oh, on the conditioner, yeah. It has something on it.
Gosh.
Whoa. Okay, now here's a little question for everybody. Why do we always equate dogs as stinky dogs? Like, oh gosh, you stink like a dog. That kind of a thing. Think through this one. How many times does a dog get a bath?
Your dogs get a bath every 7 to 10 days.
No, just think, please, Jerry. No words. Just think. How many times does your dog get a bath? How many times do you get a shower or a bath? Which one do you think is probably stinkier after a few days? People are probably stinkier than dogs. I'm just pointing that one out.
I'm afraid to answer now because you said
because I reprimanded you on the air. All right. So this leads into, we don't have time or we don't want to. You actually can wash your dog every day. The shampoos that are out there now are made for dogs. When people were using Dawn dish soap on their dogs, that's when, oh my goodness, you strip everything and then some out of your dog and cat. So now the shampoos are formulated much, much, much better. And so you can do daily bathing or weekly bathing. And that's what we do in our house, is a weekly bath. Now, in between baths, what you can do to keep things going in the right direction are waterless, whatever that means, shampoos. So in this case, this one is modeled after that shampoo that I love so much. It just came out on the market.
Made with argan oil.
Yes. So it is Indulge argan oil, and this is something you would use. You would just spray it on your dog, and in fact, these guys are. Oh, he's gonna spray it in his mouth, folks.
I just wanted to get your reaction.
He's going retro on us. This product you can use between baths. This product doesn't have too much of a scent to it. It does have a mild scent. So if that's, like, oh, I don't like those because they smell so strong, this one's going to be more of that deodorizing. And I smelled like a very mild, fresh smell on them. And then, but it made them silky smooth. It was just like, whoa, I love this. You can, your hand just like go, you put your hand on it and whoop, it just slips right off. So I love this new product. We're using this in our house and actually at the store now as well, just to keep the tangles free and all that, and silky smooth and all that. There are some other ones that are out there. This one's kind of just fun. I love Pet Head. Pet Head is the manufacturer. And then this is dry shampoo. And it is kind of dry because this is more of an aerosol. So it's psh, and then it probably evaporates as it's going through the air. And then it contacts. That one I like as well. So there's a lot of different kinds. This one, the second one that we're talking about is I Love Pet Head. And the product is in a metal can. It's an aerosol. It says dogs love it. Dry shampoo. This one's a strawberry lemonade. So a nice smell to it as well. So these are between baths. And then we're going to get into some specific facial cleansers. They got all sorts of stuff. This one's now by Tropiclean. Some ways to just clean up different parts.
Especially around the eyes when they get all gooey and gummy.
Yes, especially if yours has those tear stains. That's something, if your dog has tear stains, come see me. We have 3 products that will go through 3 different, no, not products, but things that you're going to do for your dog to minimize those. You never really quite get rid of them, but you can definitely make them tiny compared to what some of them are where it streaks the dog. And then on the bathing and grooming side of puppies and dogs, getting into the colognes. This is crisp apple cologne.
Look at that baby.
This is, who makes this one? Natural Sense. Ooh, this is interesting. They're not really yelling out their name. It's just Natural Sense. I thought there was a big manufacturer, so I kind of like this even more.
You learned something from your own store.
We use this product at our house, actually, different formulas of it, but this one's Tuscan Olive Cologne. So they have different scents, and I gotta say they're above average in the smells and stuff like that. They're different, but really good, kind of thing. So Callie, our stinky little dachshund, hounds tend to stink quicker than the non-shedding ones. This one really smells good. And so Callie, when she walks in the door, she's so prim and proper. She's up in her age at 15 now, and she just saunters in. Well, she gets a little spritz of this because she wants to smell a little better. And so we do those kind of things. But there's all sorts of colognes. You guys, you need to invest in these because they last a long time. You just do a spritz or 2. And now
you guys and girls.
You guys and gals out there need to get in on that. Yeah, I do use the word guys a lot, like across the board,
except when you're talking about a conditioner, and then
I say ladies,
and then you target to ladies.
Yes. so that's the smells and stuff here. That same one, Natural Scent, Pink Jasmine Cologne. You want to smell one of these?
No.
Here, do the olive oil one.
Smells don't transfer over to radio.
I know, but it's just fun to smell it. making him there. Smell that.
That was my favorite piece of paper.
It's like in a cologne store.
I would wear that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's that natural sense. It's just like that one that I just sprayed for him was called Tuscan Oil. Describe it. I don't even understand what that would smell like. Here, you are the Harvest Oil and Vinegar Studio. This one's Tuscan Olive regarding oil.
Nice connection there. Ron.
Does it smell like a olive oil? No.
I don't know. I can't describe.
It smells fresh. It smells clean. It smells
like a linen or like a fresh breeze type thing.
Okay.
I'm not good at describing senses.
You did
like that.
nice job. Right
Thank
there.
you. I appreciate that.
So that's the cologne. So this gets you through. Some of them are just colognes, and that is their primary focus. Some of them do a little bit of cleaning. They do get into some claims where they encapsulate the dirt and all that kind of stuff, and then it falls away. Not anything big. It just is a way of cleaning the dog. But again, we should give our dogs a little more credit. They only get a bath maybe once a week. And when we call them a stinky dog, they get a complex. And so here's ways you can get through those stinky periods.
It doesn't matter what it's like 3 Men and a Baby. It doesn't matter what you say. It's the tone of the voice.
I heard you say that earlier.
I was talking
on
about
Thursday.
And it's the what's it? Gutenberg's name. I can't remember his first name. Anyway, it was his birthday, and we were talking about 3 Men and a Baby. It doesn't matter what you say; it's the tone of the voice you.
Did he
use.
say some inappropriate things then in a very nice way?
You stinky dog! You stinky dog! Yes, you're a stinky dog.
We all do that. Yeah. So how much time do I have time to get into brushes now?
I would love it if you got into brushes.
Okay. So brushes, we're going to go through a little history because we talk a lot about the Furminator on here. And yes, we will end with the Furminator. But there are products that were coming out prior to that people still swear by and say, you know what, I got that and everything, but there is more to this whole thing. In the studio, we just realized we are connected to wires.
I was trying to help you.
The headphones were still connected, and Jerry got yanked back abruptly.
Oh, my Lord.
And the keyboard is connected with the wire as well.
I'm going to let you take care of the products. I'm not going to help you anymore. I tried walking across the studio and forgot that my headphones were still on.
So one of these is called...
We had one of those.
It's the shedding blade.
Yep.
I'll admit I'm not... I like horses, and I've been exposed to them throughout my life. But I didn't realize it was this much. This I see on horses.
Exactly. Nearly exactly the same product.
Yeah.
Probably this is a little bit smaller.
Yes, for dogs. Yeah. So it's made more for a dog. And so it's a shedding blade. So
it works. That really worked on Greta better than anything.
Yes.
She had such short hair. I don't know that the Furminator probably would have worked on her.
Yeah.
Would it? On a short...
I've used it on Callie, our short-haired dachshund. And by the time I was done, that's a small dog.
Yeah.
And I had a whole handful, and I didn't know you had that in you.
Use that thing, and you've got 10 cups of stuff.
And I just looking at how you used it. So you would use it as a handle like this, but did you ever open it up and use it as a straight, like a straight line?
I don't think ours opened up, but
okay.
So no, we just used it as it's just a U-shaped big wired brush. It looks like a bent saw. A small
I was trying to figure out how to say something like that.
And that worked better than anything else. I don't think the Furminator was around when I don't remember it, but that worked well.
Yeah, and then for larger dogs like yours, this one opens up, so this one bends, but then if you open it up, it becomes a straight line. That is going to be really good for a large dog. This is one of the older technologies that are out there, and it still works very well today. In fact, I would say that the Furminator is mildly based on this concept as well. So this is the precursor to that. Then
he said,
then we get into the Curie brush. So this is that one that's rubber. Oh, it has the sawtooth look, but this one's all rubber. And this one just goes with the concept that things stick to it, kind of a thing. So you're going to rake it through there, and so it's going to help that fur come out, and you're going to have kind of a mess, just like with the other one, where the fur is out, but now it's easy to get it off them.
And not to be gross, it's grooming a dog, but when we used either one of those products,
I've
used that one before, but I still like the the saw one.
The saw one is better than the rubber one, but there's people that swear by this one.
It just depends also on I was always maybe a little bit rougher with Greta just because I knew that she could take it. So I always got in there and I would, not hurting her, but I would get in there and dig through. And it's gross.
What?
The amount of oil and dander and just kind of the greasy hair when you lift it all out, and you can just tell that she feels so much better getting all of that gook out of there.
Huh, that's interesting. Well, because you had a bigger dog, I wonder, ours get bathed more, it sounds like, than yours dog did.
Yeah, we probably
whole greasy hair reference, right? You just gave.
I don't think we
I've
gave
never
her a bath.
experienced that.
Yeah, I would probably say we gave her a bath maybe every couple weeks.
Oh, well, that's not.
I mean, it's not horrible, but
no,
just in
that's
between.
actually more than I think most. With large breed.
Yeah, maybe once a month, somewhere in that.
Right.
That's probably closer to it. But
you like the metal one.
I like the metal one in between baths, and that gets some of the kind of. I'm not saying it's dripping,
but yeah, follow that one up with a waterless shampoo then, and I think you got a powerful combination.
I agree with you. I'm not talking about turkey fryer grease dripping off of this thing.
I think all of me and all the listeners had a vision, and we went, ew.
It is, but you get all of that dander out.
I even saw little bits of bugs in there too.
Oh, come on, Ron. You did not. You don't even know where I live.
There's bugs wherever you are. All right. So now
moving along.
The next one.
We both can't stop talking at the same time.
So then the next is the this is a self-cleaning, but the slicker is
I've used that on.
Now, did you have the push button self-cleaner?
No.
Oh my goodness.
That's slick.
This you gotta get. So we're gonna start combining some of these brushes together to get the ultimate package. But the slicker is that one where it's got thin little wires and like thousands of them sticking through, kind of thing. And then you comb your dog out and it will gather up loose fur very well. And it kind of gets tangled in there. And then the traditional way is you kind of peel the pack of fur away and all that.
But this has a push button.
This one has a push button. And I am telling you,
That's
I have
slick.
This one. I've worked with both of them. The push button is really, really good because you literally do it. And then you got your trash can. You just push the button and it falls into the trash can. We're going to come back to this slicker.
I saved all of Greta's hair. I used to mold it into like different shapes and stuff. I'm kidding. Go on.
That was a little weird, don't you think?
That's why I wanted to stop you, just to get that look on your face going, are we out of time yet?
Are we done? Are we done? Are we there yet? All right. So now we conclude with the Furminator, the ultimate in de-shedding. Some of these, well, I guess all of them were kind of in the de-shedding mode. The de-shedding tool, the Furminator, nothing beats the Furminator. This thing just crushes it. The one thing that I have an issue with the Furminator, but I'm not bashing it, it does it too well. It gets it so much that I create a mess, especially like in the summertime. I use the Furminator outside. I just take the dog or the cat out and I use the Furminator out there. Oh, that one's got a push button too. And the Furminator now comes, and it's actually for a couple years now with a push button. I didn't have it, and I was like, I don't need no push button. Why did they do that?
Yeah, this would work well also.
Oh, I used the push button, and it was very nice because it was a one-handed thing.
Sure.
Where when it didn't have the push button, you needed another hand to pull it off, kind of thing. So the Furminator does that really well, but it does create a mess. I now, in the winter time, if I can't take my dog or cat outside, in the winter time, in one hand I have the Furminator, in the other hand I have the self-cleaning slicker, the one with all the wires. It gathers up the fur really, really well. So, and then you can put it in the trash can. So you have less of a cleanup if you use both those brushes at the same time. One gets it out, the one picks it up, kind of a thing. And then finally, drum roll, please. On a somewhat different topic, this brush is a mat remover. So, do you have a longer hair?
I thought you said gnat. G-N-A-T. I was like, gnat remover? What's that?
This is a mat remover. Check this thing out. It's a complicated little thing.
It is.
And there's a couple of different dematting brushes that we have in our store, and they are for those dogs that mat easily, and you are allowing the fur to grow out because you like it, but you don't like the mats that occur. So on a regular basis, using this comb when the mats are minor, you can then prevent them and get them out. It actually cuts through the mats. So if you have a major mat, and
I would say it's almost like teasing your hair, kind of making it poof back
like
out.
all in one brush though, because this thing has these little prongs that kind of divide the hair out and stuff.
It looks medieval.
Yes. And then the U-shaped thing, those are blades.
Are they really?
So they actually cut through the mat itself. And when I first used these a long time ago, I went, well, gosh, is my dog going to be hairless by the time I'm done? It actually did a really nice job of keeping it efficient, getting the mats out and leaving a lot of hair left, kind of a thing. So know that they are dematting brushes. I will say the dematting brushes tend to not be kid friendly because of the blade aspect. All these others are great for showing your children how to bathe a dog, i.e. a baby in the future.
The rubber one, I would give that to my 7-year-old.
Yeah,
I would probably
and just have at it.
Wait a little bit older to give him the brush, or if I gave him the saw-looking brush, whatever.
Then you just have to supervise.
Then I would say, stay away from the eyes, stay away from,
But that's parenting. So I think that's a really good thing. So some people will go to their child, no, get away. Well, no, that's parenting, for
right?
Sure. But let's teach them
helicopter parenting.
Yes. And so I'm all about I don't let my children fail to the point where an injury occurs. Well, not usually.
Not on purpose.
Not on purpose. I let them fail so that I can help them through it. So now in this case, I don't want them to fail on my pets, but I want them to go through, like what you were saying on the shedding blade. I would say, hey, I got to supervise that, especially at a young age, but they want to do it. So let them do it. And then even like if they're 4 or 5 years old, hold their hand while they're doing it.
Is that what you've done with me on the show? Is let me
I've had to hold your hand quite
and then just kind of guide me through it sometimes.
Sometimes I give you the silent treatment.
You got 2 minutes.
All right. Till we're like all done, period.
Well, what else did you want to talk about?
No, just closing out the show.
Oh, so yeah. I think we're
there.
We're there.
Okay. So we are Petland of Iowa City. You've heard what we talk about. This is what we're like in the store. We're a lot of fun.
I hope not.
What? Explain yourself, please.
I can't. We've had just a little bit too much fun this morning.
We did. We got a little wild today.
Little bit goofy.
Sorry if that got a little wild for you.
We
are Petland of Iowa City.
I don't want to scare customers away going, oh my gosh,
is this the way they are? And they get nothing done. So we're Petland of Iowa City. Come in if you don't have pets or are looking for that next pet. We're all about matching the right pet with you. So we're all about education on that side. Then if you already have pets, come on in. We'll go through some questions about what your pet does and all that. Here, one of my favorites. If you're going to clam up on me, I'm going to throw out, what do you like least about your pet? Because I want to know, is there a way we can help you through that?
That's an interesting question.
I know it is. And it gets really good answers from it because now, mine used to be barks a little too much.
And there's ways to
I figured that out, I loved my dog even more.
I remember you saying that. It's the Positively Petland show every Sunday morning at 9 o'clock. Still doing the $5 nail trims?
$5 nail trims. Buy 10, get the 11th free on all of our dog food and cat food. And we do a lot of fun things.
Open at noon today?
Yes, noon until 6 today. All other days, 9. Are we open at 9? No, we're open at 10, closed at 9 p.m. So 10 until 9, all days except for Sunday today. We are open today at noon.
Ron Solzrud from Iowa City Petland. It's the Positively Petland show every Sunday morning at 9 o'clock. Thanks, Ron.
Thank you very much.